Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game. AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that will be linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Don't forget, use the code SE50. If you want 50% off Scout Size, the link is in the description. Bit of transfer activity for Arsenal, starting to get moving, starting to get going in the transfer market. The big news yesterday was all about Christian Nørgaard of Brentford, the Brentford captain, age 31 now, defensive midfielder, is joining Arsenal. He's actually going to be having his medical today or tomorrow at Arsenal to be signing on as a new Arsenal player for next season. Now, we spoke about this a few days ago, how there were heavy links linking in with a possible move to Arsenal. It all depended on what Arsenal did with Thomas Partey. We know that Arsenal were trying to negotiate a new deal to keep Thomas Partey at the club after he had a successful season last year. However, those talks have not been successful, and Thomas Partey is leaving the club in a few days' time. Rumours he could be going to Barcelona. Of course, he can talk to any club now. He's a free agent. They weren't able to get that one done. I think the sticking points were the big wages that Thomas Partey wanted to continue on. I think he's on over about £200,000 a week. And he wanted like 2 years as his deal. Arsenal, I think, we're having a bit of a problem with that. And they've moved quickly and decisively and now brought in Christian Nørgaard. Now, I think one of the reasons why Arsenal have moved so quickly to get this one done, because let's face it, he will probably be the backup to Zubimendi. He'll probably play the role that we saw Jorginho playing so well for Arsenal over the last couple of seasons. He'll play, he'll get game time, but Zubimendi will be the main guy. And by bringing in Nørgaard, again, it eases Zubimendi in, because you've got Nørgaard, he's played in the Premier League, he's Premier League ready, and Zubimendi can be eased in without being thrown immediately into the deep end if Arsenal don't want to do that, or Arsenal don't feel he's quite ready immediately to come straight in like that. But the reason why they've moved so quickly and decisively on Nørgaard is because Spurs were also hovering and very interested in signing him. Of course, their new manager, Thomas Frank, was Nørgaard's manager in the time that he's been in this country, and was very keen to bring him into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So Arsenal moved very quickly to get this one done. Nørgaard, by the way, is a very underrated player. I saw some comments yesterday from some Brentford fans saying, listen, you don't understand that you've got one of the most consistent players in the Premier League, never lets Brentford down. If you actually look at his stats, they're very, very good. He's more of a traditional number 6 than a Thomas Partey. I mean, Thomas Partey is, more of a ball-carrying sort of defensive midfielder. But Nørgaard's more that traditional guy, sits in front of that back four, screens it. Number 1 he was last season and over the last few seasons for interceptions in the defensive midfielder position. He's had the most interceptions. He's been second in recoveries and third in tackles won. So that tells you the type of player he is. As we know, 31, very experienced, Denmark international, going to cost Arsenal in total, when you add all the add-ons, around about £15 million. You've got to look at it and say, great bit of business by Arsenal. That midfield now will be Zubimendi or Nørgaard, and that just adds strength in depth. And he is joining Arsenal. I'm sure he's going to be very excited about joining Arsenal as well. So at the moment, how it's looking is Zubimendi, Nørgaard, Kepa. Those three set to be announced as new Arsenal players. But what about the strikers, right? Great, Nørgaard, fantastic. Zubimendi, we want strikers, right? Which one is it going to be? We still keep asking this question day in, day out. We know that Arsenal want to get one of these players in before they go on that pre-season tour of Singapore and Hong Kong. Viktor Gyökeres, Fabrizio Romano reporting yesterday that Sporting CP are actively now looking for a striker in the transfer market. They know Gyökeres is going. Gyökeres has already told them he's not going to be returning to training, effectively going on striking away. So will it be Gyökeres? However, Liverpool have apparently entered the fray and are interested in signing Gyökeres, according to Corriere della Manna. They said that Liverpool have made an inquiry about Viktor Gyökeres. However, Liverpool are another team that are not prepared to pay the £68 million asking price that is being demanded right now by Sporting. But Liverpool entering the fray, that's dangerous territory for Arsenal if indeed Gyökeres is their main target. Or is it Šeško? Was it a big hint dropped yesterday when we realised that Šeško has started following Arsenal on Instagram? Interesting. By the way, his agents actually follow AFTV as well. So, there's real interest around, which one is going to end up at Arsenal. And there's still the big debate. You speak to fans. Some fans want Gyökeres. Some fans want Šeško. I think we just all universally want a striker. But still, those two, it rumbles on and on. And what about Rodrygo? Very interesting yesterday on Rodrygo. And let me see if I can get the quotes up here from Xavi Alonso. Because he was asked about Rodrygo ahead of, their last game. Real Madrid, of course, they're at the Club World Cup. They got their last game tomorrow in the group stages. And he was asked about Rodrygo. Of course, Rodrygo left out of the, was in the squad for the last game, but he didn't get on the pitch. First game, didn't play in his favoured left wing position. Xavi Alonso asked about Rodrygo, who's being heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. And Xavi Alonso, these are his quotes. He goes, "I see Rodrygo in good shape. He was on the bench for a technical decision. He's still important and we'll need him at the Club World Cup. He's a special player and will play a key role at the Club World Cup." He didn't say, we need him, I have no, he's not for sale, nothing like that. Even though he's talking the right things, that's not fully saying that, listen, he's definitely staying. Let's just stop talking about him. He's not for sale. That's what he'd be saying probably if he was asked that same question about Vinicius Jr. So it's still, to me, not certain that Rodrygo is going to be a Real Madrid player come the end of the season. And it's going to be one of those that rumble on all summer unless Real Madrid come out categorically and say he is going absolutely nowhere. Could also turn their thoughts to another left winger who is available. According to Court Offside, they're saying that Arsenal made an inquiry about Jadon Sancho. Of course, Jadon Sancho, Manchester United player, but was on loan last season at Chelsea. A real sort of up and down this season. Like, he started off all right, then he fell off, then he came back a bit, then fell off. He's kind of that type of player, isn't he? He's been very inconsistent for Manchester United and was very inconsistent for Chelsea. However, we all remember when he was at Borussia Dortmund, one of the best left wingers around. That's what made Manchester United pay that big fee to bring him to Old Trafford, but it's just not worked out for him. He's got about a year left on his contract and valued at around about £25 million. Of course, we know that Chelsea had an option to buy him and opted to pay to send him back. Because if they didn't buy him, they had to pay a fee to send him back to United. I think it was a couple £1 million. They paid the fee to send him back, which again was very embarrassing for Jadon Sancho. But also apparently have made inquiries about him. Listen, a lot of clubs have inquired about Sancho because it's going to be available for around about 20 to 25 million pounds. But I've got to do a poll on it. Arsenal fans, would you have Jadon Sancho at Arsenal? Can play left wing, can play right wing. Would you have him at Arsenal? Would be available pretty cheaply. Would you have Jadon Sancho at Arsenal? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. I'll give you guys the result of that poll on tomorrow's show. Another player that's interested in Arsenal is a player called Carlos Augusto, Brazilian, plays for Inter Milan, left back by trade, but can also play as a left wing back. He can even play as a centre back. We know that Mikel Arteta loves these versatile players like that. Now, according to FC Inter News, they claim that Arsenal and Atletico Madrid are two clubs that are very, very interested in signing Carlos Augusto. According to them, they claim that, Arsenal have realised that Ricardo Calafiori is more suited to being a centre-back than a left-back, and are interested in Carlos Augusto. Although the rumours are that Inter really don't want to sell this player. I'm not too sure about this rumour, but it is a rumour that is out there today regarding Carlos Augusto, 26-year-old Brazilian who plays as left back for Inter. And finally, Karl Hein. Of course, as I said right at the start of the show, Kepa is coming in as a new signing for Arsenal. He's going to be the second goalkeeper, of course, to David Raya. Karl Hein, of course, was out on loan last season as Real Valladolid, did okay as well. And there are several clubs over in Spain that are very, very interested in signing him. There are also clubs emerging in the Championship that are interested in signing Karl Hein as well. Preston North End, Queen's Park Rangers and Portsmouth said to be three of those clubs very interested in his signature. The Estonian has about a year left to run on his current Arsenal contract and will be sold this summer now that Kepa is coming in at Arsenal. So where will Karl Hein end up? We'll have to wait and see. Those are the rumours for today. Don't forget, we will keep you up to date with all information here. We did a load of breaking news yesterday on the Christian Nørgaard signing and also Partey leaving. So don't miss a thing here on AFTV. Subscribe right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, we've teamed up with UK Auto Claims to see if you could be eligible to score thousands in compensation. If you've had any cars, vans or motorbikes on finance between 2007 and 2021, go to ukautoclaims.co.uk to start your free simple check. Loads of you will have overpaid and payouts could be worth thousands, so you've got to look into it. Hit up the link below and check now for free.